The return of Adeola. Months passed since Adeola disappeared into Erelu's forest. The village mourned him, believing the curse had claimed his life, just as it had so many others before him. Abeni, his childhood friend, visited the forest's edge daily, whispering prayers to the spirits to release his soul. But one fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the sky in hues of crimson and gold, a figure appeared on the horizon. The villagers gathered cautiously, their whispers rippling like the wind through the trees. "Is that Adeola?" one elder asked, squinting against the fading light. It was him. Adeola walked into the village, but he was not the same man who had left. His eyes glowed with an eerie golden light, and in his hand he carried a golden staff. The staff pulsed faintly, as though alive, and the air around him seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly energy. His once simple clothes were replaced by a dark robe that seemed to absorb the light around him. The villagers froze, caught between awe and fear. Abeni stepped forward, her heart racing. "Adeola?" she called hesitantly. "Is it really you?" Adeola smiled, but it was a cold, hollow expression. "It is I, Abeni. I have returned, as I promised." "What happened to you?" she asked, trembling. "We thought you were gone." He chuckled darkly. "Gone? No, Abeni. I was chosen. I faced Erelu's trials, and I have claimed her power. With this staff, I am no longer bound by the fears of this village. I will bring prosperity and strength to our people. No one will dare challenge us again." A price for power. But as Adeola raised the staff, its golden glow intensified, and the villagers gasped as they saw the cost of his newfound power. His skin bore the markings of the forest, vines and dark scars etched into his flesh, as if he were part tree, part man. His voice carried an unnatural resonance like the whispers of the spirits themselves. The elders gathered, their faces grave. One of them, Baba Olanrewaju, stepped forward. "Adeola," he said, his voice steady despite his fear. "You have returned with power, but at what cost? Erelu does not give without taking. What have you sacrificed?" Adeola's expression darkened. "I sacrificed nothing. I took what I deserved. The power of the forest is mine to command. No one will question me." But Abeni saw the truth. She stepped closer, her voice soft but firm. "You are not the same, Adeola. Erelu's power is not a gift, it is a curse. It consumes everything it touches. Please, let it go before it destroys you." Adeola hesitated for a moment, the glow in his eyes flickering. But then the staff pulsed in his hand, and his resolve hardened. "You don't understand, Abeni. This power is my destiny." The forest's wrath. As Adeola spoke, the ground began to tremble, and a cold wind swept through the village. The air grew thick with the scent of earth and decay. From the shadows of the forest, figures began to emerge. Phantom shapes with glowing eyes, the spirits of those who had been claimed by Erelu's curse. The villagers screamed and scattered, but the elders stood their ground. Baba Olanrewaju raised his voice, calling on the gods for protection. "Erelu, spare us! We have done no wrong!" A deep, echoing laugh filled the air, and the spirits turned their glowing eyes toward Adeola. "You think you wield my power?" a voice boomed, unmistakably Erelu's. "You are but a vessel. The staff does not belong to you, boy. It belongs to the forest." Adeola staggered as the staff began to burn in his hands. The vines on his skin tightened, crawling up his arms and wrapping around his chest. He screamed, dropping the staff, but it hovered in the air, glowing brighter and brighter. "You sought power without understanding its price," Erelu's voice continued. "The redemption." Abeni ran to Adeola, tears streaming down her face. "Erelu," she cried, "spare him. He is young and foolish, but his heart is good. If you must take someone, take me instead." The forest seemed to pause, the spirits halting in their advance. The staff dimmed, and Erelu's voice softened. "You would sacrifice yourself for him, child." "Yes," Abeni whispered, her voice steady. "I would." For a moment, there was silence. Then the staff fell to the ground, its glow extinguished. The The spirits retreated into the forest, and the vines on Adeola's body loosened, falling away like dead leaves. He collapsed to the ground, gasping for breath. Abeni knelt beside him, cradling his head. A new beginning. When Adeola regained his strength, he stood before the village, humbled and ashamed. "I was blinded by greed and ambition," he said. "I thought power would make me a leader, but I see now that true strength lies in humility and wisdom. I am sorry." The elders forgave him, but they warned him never to seek the forest's power again. The golden staff remained where it fell, untouched, a reminder of the price of defying the natural order. From that day on, Adeola devoted himself to serving the village, using the lessons he had learned to guide others. Abeni stayed by his side, her unwavering faith in him a testament to the power of love and sacrifice. And though the forest remained as ominous as ever, the villagers knew that its power was not to be feared but respected. For Erelu's wrath was not mindless. It was a reminder to honor the balance between humanity and the spirits, and to tread carefully in the presence of the supernatural.